The cafe smelled of roasted alien herbs and sizzling protein cubes. Steam curled from the hot plates. The chatter of alien customers filled the room. Scales glimmered under soft lights. Wings rustled. Tentacles gestured as the patrons laughed and argued over their meals. Behind the counter, the dragon waitress moved fast. Her claws were gentle on the trays. Her tail knocked over nothing. Customers barely noticed her. She smiled politely, though her sharp teeth sometimes peeked out. She carried orders across the cafe with precision, balancing 5 steaming plates in each hand. Her name was Sarah. She had worked here for years. She had survived alien discrimination and human indifference. But she never expected the humiliation she faced that afternoon. A group of large alien soldiers entered the cafe. They stomped across the floor, each footfall shaking the metal plates on the tables. They were massive, bigger than most dragons. Their faces were scaly, their eyes cold and calculating. One of them spotted Saren. She's small. He hissed to his companions. Weak. Let's have some fun. The others snickered. They circled her. Saren's claws tightened around the tray she carried. She tried to keep her calm. Please don't kick me, she whispered. I'm hurt already. I cannot fight. Her plea was ignored. One of the soldiers lunged. He pushed her tray. Food flew through the air. Customers ducked. Plates shattered. Scalding liquid splashed onto the floor. Saren stumbled, nearly falling. Her wings flared instinctively, but she had no room to maneuver. The alien laughed. You are nothing. Just a dragon waiter. Saren's heart pounded. Pain ran through her ribs where an earlier accident had left her bruised. She couldn't defend herself. She could only plead, please. I'm hurt. Don't. The soldiers laughed louder, but then something shifted in the cafe. A shadow fell across the floor. It was subtle at first, but the atmosphere changed. Conversations hushed. Scales bristled. Tentacles recoiled. Wings stopped fluttering. A human stepped through the door. He was wearing a cloak and hood. His face was hidden, but his posture spoke confidence. He moved like someone who had survived wars. His boots clicked on the metal floor. It was a sound alien soldiers were not used to hearing in such close quarters. Saren caught sight of him. Something in her chest shifted. She had seen humans rarely, but this one. He did not hesitate. The soldiers noticed him too. A human. One growled. Here, now. The human said nothing. He simply walked toward them. Every eye in the cafe followed. The largest alien soldier laughed. You dare stand before us, human. The human stopped a few steps away. He tilted his head slightly. Then, without a word, he kicked. It was not a random kick. It was precise. It was fast. The largest soldier stumbled backward, caught completely off guard. The force sent him skidding across the floor, crashing into a table. Plates and drinks scattered. Tentacles and claws flailed. Chaos erupted. The other soldiers froze, stunned. Then the human moved again. Another kick, another hit, and suddenly the soldiers realized something. This human was not ordinary. Every movement was calculated. Every strike counted. He did not fight to show strength. He fought to end the threat. Saren watched, mouth open. Her ribs ached, her tail throbbed, but she could not look away. The humans were supposed to be weak, fragile, easy prey. Yet here was one human doing what no dragon or alien could do so effortlessly. The disguised humans who'd fell back. His face was calm, almost bored, but his eyes glimmered with a fierce determination. "Leave her alone," he said, voice low, commanding. The soldiers hesitated. They had never heard a human speak this way. Their instinct screamed to attack. Their pride screamed to strike back. But fear rooted them to the spot. Then the human did something unexpected. He paused. He looked directly at Saren. "You okay?" he asked. She nodded, stunned. Her voice caught in her throat. "Why?" He glanced at the soldiers again. Then, with a fluid motion, he moved forward. His foot connected with one alien after another. Not to kill, but to subdue. Each strike was precise. Weak points. Pressure points. Joints locked. The soldiers groaned, fell, or staggered helplessly. By the time the fight ended, the soldiers were on the floor, defeated and humiliated. The cafe was in shambles. Plates were broken. Steam hovered in the air. Food was smeared across tables and walls. But Saren was safe. The human turned to her. He extended a hand. "You all right now?" Saren hesitated. Her wings twitched nervously, but she took his hand. The touch was firm, reassuring. "Thank you," she whispered. "No need to thank me," he said. "I don't like bullies." Then he glanced at the soldiers still groaning on the floor. And neither should anyone else. The cafe slowly quieted. Aliens stared at him, unsure what to do. Murmurs spread. Some whispered admiration. Some whispered fear. All were certain of one thing. This human was no ordinary being. Saren found her voice. Who are you?" He smiled faintly. "Just someone who doesn't like to see the weak hurt, but humans are small," she said, shaking her head. We thought he shook his head. "Size doesn't matter. Will does." Then the human glanced around the cafe. His eyes stopped on the manager, a large, rotund alien with a stern face. "You might want to repair this place," he said. "And maybe train your staff not to bully dragons." The manager stammered. We will improve." Saren laughed softly, relief washing over her. She had never expected such intervention. Not from a human. Not in her lifetime. The human crouched slightly, so he was closer to her height. "You're strong," he said. "Not just in body, in heart. Don't forget that." Saren's eyes glistened. Her heart thudded. I'll remember." Then he straightened. He looked at the soldiers one last time. A flicker of amusement passed over his face. "And maybe next time, don't pick on those who can't fight back." Without another word, he turned and walked toward the door. Saren called out, "Wait. Will I see you again?" He paused at the threshold. "Perhaps. Keep your wings steady, dragon waitress. You might need them." Then he was gone. The cafe slowly returned to normal. Customers whispered among themselves. Some clapped softly. Some stared in awe. But Saren could not take her eyes off the door where he had vanished. Her tail curled round her legs. She exhaled. Pain still lingered in her ribs. Her pride still throbbed from the humiliation. But for the first time in years, she felt hope. Humans, small, fragile, misunderstood, yet capable of feats no alien could imagine. They were clever, fearless, and sometimes heroes. That day, Saren learned something crucial. Strength was not measured by size, by teeth, by claws, by wings. Strength was measured by courage, by the will to act when others could not. And humans could have more strength than anyone expected. Later, when the cafe reopened after repairs, Seren shared the story, not just with words, but with action. She moved faster, smiled brighter, and served her customers with newfound confidence. The story of the disguised human spread throughout the sector. Aliens who once mocked dragons paused before doing so. Customers whispered of the day a human defended a dragon waitress. Seren never forgot him. She never forgot what he had done, and she never forgot the lesson. No matter how small or underestimated, a human could change the world, even in a galaxy that doubted them. Even in a place where dragons and aliens were preyed upon, humans could be unstoppable. The dragon waitress leaned on the counter, her claws resting on the smooth surface. She smiled at the memory. Her wings twitched with excitement. One day, she thought she would meet him again, and when she did, she would be ready. For now, though she worked, she served. She survived, and she remembered the day a disguised human walked into her life and taught the galaxy that bravery had no size. Asterisk.